Hi there, Michael Bovey with DebtCC. In the midst of the economic recession, Congress passed what's known as the Dodd-Frank Act. In 2010, it became law. Part of that act was the formation of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, or CFPB. Many suggest that the CFPB is the most significant thing to happen in consumer protection in decades, and I agree. A couple of days ago, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau started a new feature on their website, consumerfinance.gov, called Ask the CFPB. Ask the CFPB has several consumer finance areas that they're in charge of. The one that I'm going to focus on throughout this video series is questions that pertain to debt collectors. Let's get started. What is a debt collector? According to the CFPB's answer, a debt collector is someone who regularly collects debt owed to others. This includes collection agencies or lawyers who collect debts on a regular basis, as well as companies that buy delinquent debts and then try to collect them. In other DebtCC videos, I do cover the topic of debt collectors and the different types via assignment, debt purchasers, debt buyers, attorney debt collectors. At DebtCC, our community, which is completely free and has been available to consumers since 2003, we assist people in assessing what kind of debt collection activity they're experiencing and some of the different suggestions on how to manage your way through these types of collection activities. And it doesn't matter whether it's through an attorney, through a debt buyer, and or from an assignee of your creditor. All three of those have some similarities, but they're actually different categories, and we spell them out differently because the way you manage your way through each of these individual type of collection events actually can be just a little bit different or even significantly different. The purpose of debtconsolidationcare.com is to provide you a community-based free resource to work through your collection issues, working with people who have gone through something that you've just gone through or are going through, people who have resolved these issues and who maintain their community membership in order to pay it forward and help others. Our moderators have helped others work through the same issues that you have time and time again. And then throughout our community are experts who will participate and answer questions. The important part of this is to get involved, read through, use the search box, type in the collector that you're communicating with through phone or receiving letters from, and read threads, what people have done already to deal with their situation over the years, or add to the thread and post your own particulars, get answers that way, and start new threads as a member. Let's move on to the next question. What is the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act? The Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, FDCPA, prohibits debt collectors from using certain abusive, unfair, or deceptive practices to collect from you. The FDCPA covers mortgages, credit cards, medical debts, and other debts incurred primarily for personal, family, or household purposes. It does not cover debts incurred to operate a business. The Fair Debt Collection Practices Act is a pretty robust set of laws that govern what collectors can and cannot do and your rights and how you can protect them. It was created in 1977, hasn't seen too many updates. There's been a lot of activity in Congress with the FTC and even industry, debt buyers associations and debt collection associations in recent years to upgrade, update, and amend the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. What's key with the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau is that they share now enforcement of unfair and deceptive debt collection practices with the Federal Trade Commission. They are also going to, in all likelihood, serve a larger supervisory capacity over debt collection agencies that are of a certain size. A debt buyer or a collection agency with over 10 million in receivables is the current proposed definition to define what is a larger participant in the non-bank sector. That is actually a pretty significant occurrence when it comes to regulatory capacity to curb abuse in the debt collection space. After all, debt collectors receive the largest amount of complaints as an industry to the Federal Trade Commission each and every year for the last several years running. So this is a very significant event. Having established that, let's move on to the next question.